You want to make Japanese yakisoba, but you don't have the Japanese noodles ready to go? Substitute with spaghetti noodles. It still tastes really, really good, and I think the family will enjoy it. Check it out, Bob's Spaghetti Yakisoba. When I was a kid and I lived in Japan, one of my most favorite Japanese noodle dishes was yakisoba. And it's something that I've made through the years for the family. But there's times that I want to make it and I don't have the Japanese style yakisoba noodles. So when I'm in a crunch and I don't have those Japanese noodles available, I'll go ahead and improvise and substitute with American spaghetti noodles. So today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make Bob's spaghetti version of yakisoba. It's delicious too, and I think your family will enjoy it. Okay, so you can see on the counter there we have our starring cast of spices and seasonings, and also the other ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and use a can of chicken breast, but of course you can use any type of protein, any kind of meat that you prefer. You can use cut up steak, you can use chopped up chicken. There's a lot of different options that you can have for a meat in your noodles. Also for eggs, we're going to use 4 eggs, but I recommend 2 to 4 eggs for this particular amount of noodles that we're going to make. And of course there's the package unopened of spaghetti noodles, and we're going to use half of that package today for this recipe. Okay, so the water's boiling and Bonnie is now putting in half of these spaghetti noodles from the bag, breaking them up. And of course you would just go ahead and cook the noodles now, just like you do any other time you're making spaghetti noodles. So it's going to go ahead and cook now for a little bit until it's ready, as they say, al dente style. Okay, so the noodles are done and we're going to go ahead and pull them out now and strain them. Okay, noodles are all strained, sitting there in a bowl, and now it's time to go ahead and fry up the eggs, scrambled style. Okay, the 4 eggs are getting scrambled up, and you can use just a couple of eggs if you want, but we're using 4 eggs because we like more eggs in our noodles, but adjust that to your own personal preference if you want to use less eggs. Okay, honey, I think the eggs are done, so there's a plate for you.
Thank you.
Okay, it's time to go ahead and fry up the noodles and put in all the ingredients. So there goes the Asian sesame oil. And that's about 5 tablespoons of sesame oil. There goes the noodles. I did want to mention that we started off with 5 tablespoons of sesame oil. You may have to put in a little more sesame oil as you're cooking it, and that just depends on the temperature and just how much the oil is soaked up into the food. So as we're cooking, we may have to put in a little more sesame oil just to make sure that it has enough to not get too dry or burned on the bottom of the pan.
Okay, now it's for another seasoning.
Well, there goes the green onions chopped up. And that's just a handful's worth. There goes the soy sauce.
This garlic, black pepper, and white pepper.
And that's just a pinch of white pepper. It's optional, but strongly recommended.
Pepper powder.
And that's Korean Dasita beef powder.
Onion powder.
And there goes the accent seasoning. That's optional too. And a pinch of cayenne pepper. Now we just need to go ahead and just get it all mixed up and cook it for several minutes, and it will be all done, ready to eat. Okay, the noodles are just about done. I did a taste test, and I'm going to go ahead and recommend, honey, let's go ahead and put in maybe 2 more tablespoons of sesame oil. But to be honest, it tasted pretty good already, but just to make sure it has a little bit of that extra sesame oil flavor, we're going to go ahead and add 2 more tablespoons. So towards the end here with the cooking, that's when you want to go ahead and do a taste test and see if you need to adjust any of the ingredients. But I think that the recipe, which we will post at the end of the video, is pretty much spot on, but we did decide to add a couple extra tablespoons of sesame oil here towards the end of the cooking. By the way, a lot of times with this dish here, we love it with chopped up Spam. We eat a lot of Spam in our family, and the kids love it, especially with the Spam mixed into the Yakisoba noodles. Okay, honey, I think we need to go ahead and dish it up. I think it's all ready for dinner. Okay, time to dish it up on a plate. I did want to mention that we're going to go ahead and just garnish with the toasted sesame seeds, but that is something that you can also just, while you're cooking the noodles, mix into the noodles. So you can do it both times, or just wait till the end like we're going to do and just sprinkle some of the sesame seeds on top and make it look all pretty. Smells good, honey.
It's good too.
And now it's going to look extra good with the sprinkled sesame seeds. Okay, so there's the final product, Bob's Spaghetti Yakisoba. There it is in the pan, and there it is on the plate with the toasted sesame seeds on top, all ready to eat. I hope you'll check it out. It's delicious and easy to make.